I'm here on Cheyenne Country with my new best friend, Mr. David Ball. David, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's good to be here. What a beautiful place.
It is. It's absolutely incredible. I have looked on YouTube, and Riding with Private Malone, over 3 million, maybe climbing toward that, over 3 million views on that. Did you not know that?
I've heard that, and it's been great. I tell you, that song just keeps on going.
Well, you know what? It actually stopped me in my tracks, and I'm being honest about this. I viewed that, and I was just taken back by it. Everything else stopped, and I watched the video. I watched it a second time in another performance we'll talk about later. But tell us about that song and how that's impacted your career as a country music artist.
Well, you know, I started out and had a few hits back in the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
And then
Billboard hits.
Billboard, big time records,
Yeah.
Thinking Problem,
Yeah,
Look What
right.
Followed Me Home, things like that. And then just couldn't really get anything going. And then I was off major record labels and was kind of looking around for something to do, and hooked up with a guy named Wood Newton, who was a songwriter, and he and I started writing songs together, and it started turning into, he had a studio.
Right.
So we decided we'd make a record. We didn't have to know what we were doing at all, and we just jumped in there and started doing it. And he was telling me about this song he was writing called Private Malone. And when I heard it, I just thought, well, I got to cut this. This
That
is
rhymed with home.
Rhyme with home. And, you know, it was just kind of a tribute to the guys that came out of Vietnam in that era. And I just thought it was a great song and a good time to give those guys a nod.
It is a moving song.
Yeah, they really wrote something that was, you know, it was familiar, but it was very different at the same time.
Yeah.
I had never heard anything quite like it, and you know, the original song was over 4 minutes, so we kind of, you know, squished it a
Narrowed
little
it
bit, shortened the intro, and cut a piece off the end.
I tell you, I really love the bridge in that song. I
Yeah.
mean, it brings a whole new dynamic to the song.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And, you know, and I've worked with a lot of artists over the years, and a signature song like this is a definitive thing in their careers. They have to perform this. If you went and on your concerts didn't do that song, what would happen?
I don't know, because we always play it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and most of the time, you know, we have to save it because people come just to hear that song. So we usually do it towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
And
Well, you do a phenomenal performance on it, and I know it also leads into something that's very near and dear to your heart. We only have a few seconds left, but tell us about the charity organization that leads to.
Operation Troop Aid. Through that song, Private Malone, I get to meet a lot of great people, and one of them was Operation Troop Aid, and you can find out about them operationtroopaid.org. They send out care packages, and they do a great job.
We're going to have more information about that on the Cheyenne Country website. But right now, we're
Sure.
going to go to the song. Tell us the name of the song and throw it to the camera.
All right, we're gonna play Riding with Private Malone right now. Here it comes.
I was just out of the service, thumbing through the classifieds, when an ad that said old Chevy somehow caught my eye. The lady didn't know the year or even if it ran, but I had that $1,000 in my hand. It was way back in the corner of this old ramshackle barn, with 30 years of dust and dirt on that green army tarp. And when I pulled the cover off, it took away my breath. What she called a Chevy was a '66 Corvette. And I felt a little guilty as I counted out the bills. What a thrill I got when I sat behind the wheel. I opened up the glove box, and that's when I found the note. The date was 1966, and this is what he wrote. He said, my name is Private Andrew Malone, and if you're reading this home. But for every dream that shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of mine, now it belongs to you. Though you may take her and make her your own, you'll always be riding with Private Malone. Well, it didn't take me long at all, I had her running good. I love to hear those horses thunder underneath her hood. I had her shining like a diamond, and I'd put the rag top down. All the pretty girls would stop and stare as I drove her through town. The buttons on the radio didn't seem to work quite right, but it picked up that oldie show, especially late at night. I'd get the feeling sometimes if I turned real quick I'd see a soldier riding shotgun in the seat right next to me. It was a young man named Private Andrew Malone, who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new. He told me to take her and make her my own, and I was proud to be riding with Private Malone. But one night it was raining hard, I took the curve too fast. I still don't remember much about that fiery crash, but someone said they thought they saw a soldier pull me out. They didn't get his name, but I know without a doubt it was a young man named Private Andrew Malone, who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that shattered, another one comes true. This car was once a dream of his back when it was new. And I know I wouldn't be here if he hadn't tagged along.